come down and collapse, leads to open three opportunities.
Bark nudged by Carrington.
Dejonai Carrington provoked Caitlin Clark after committing a foul on her, causing an intense reaction from the crowd at Mohegan Sun Arena. This incident illustrates the growing hostility against Clark in the WNBA. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Dejonai Carrington was at the center of a controversial moment in the recent game between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun, which clearly shows the increasing hostility towards Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. During the first half, Clark received a pass from Christy Wallace, and as she moved toward the basket, was intercepted by Carrington, who arrived late due to a screen set by Aaliyah Boston. Carrington, unhappy with the foul call, decided to mock Caitlin Clark right after the referee's whistle. She made provocative gestures towards Clark, which immediately provoked a negative reaction from the crowd at Mohegan Sun Arena. A large part of the audience was there to see Clark in action, and the boos directed at Carrington were intense. This crowd reaction shows Clark's popularity and how provocations against her are not well received by fans. Interestingly, the arena's replay team chose not to show Carrington's mocking gesture on the big screen, limiting the replay to just the foul. On social media, many spectators expressed their outrage at Carrington's behavior, also pointing out that she had flopped earlier in the game without any reaction from Clark. This incident reflects the growing resentment within the league towards Caitlin Clark. Her meteoric rise and significant impact on the game seem to be causing frustration among some opposing players. Clark, however, maintained her composure and continued to play, demonstrating the resilience she is known for. Carrington's provocation and the subsequent crowd reaction are emblematic of the pressure and challenges Caitlin Clark faces as one of the new stars in the WNBA. This also raises questions about the league's stance on such behavior and how it might affect the dynamics between players. Despite her undeniable talent, Clark struggled to shine against one of the best defenses in the league. Caitlin Clark is known for her ability to score from anywhere on the court, but against the Sun, she had a tough night. Clark scored only 10 points, hitting 3 out of 8 shots, including 2 out of 5 from three-point range. Additionally, she committed 3 turnovers, which further hurt her performance and the team's. The Indiana Fever as a whole couldn't keep up with the Sun's pace. The Fever players struggled both defensively and offensively, resulting in a crushing defeat. Players like Nalissa Smith and Christy Wallace had lackluster performances. Smith scored only 2 points and grabbed 3 rebounds, while Wallace contributed 5 points and didn't grab any rebounds. The only exception was Aaliyah Boston, who put up a solid performance with 14 points and 12 rebounds. The Fever had significant problems executing their plays. The lack of coordination and communication led to turnovers and missed opportunities. Additionally, their defensive strategy was insufficient to contain the Suns' efficient ball movement. The Fever couldn't adjust their defense to handle the Suns' offensive versatility. Players like DeWanna Bonner and Alyssa Thomas constantly exploited defensive lapses, increasing the Suns' lead. The Fever seemed hesitant, especially in their shot attempts. This lack of aggression allowed the Sun to dominate the rebounds and control the game's pace. This loss to the Sun is a stark reminder of the challenges the Fever faces this season. With a 3-10 record, the team needs to find ways to improve their cohesion and execution to compete more effectively against the league's top teams. Caitlin Clark, despite her talent, needs more support from her teammates to maximize her impact in games. One of the main areas highlighting the difference between the two teams was shooting efficiency. The Sun had a shooting percentage of 46.2% compared to the Fever's 40.3%. This difference in efficiency was reflected directly in the final score. The Sun's high shooting percentage, especially from three-point range, made it very difficult for the Fever to stay competitive. Players like DeWanna Bonner and Dejonai Carrington were crucial, hitting important long-range shots. Another critical aspect was rebounding. The Sun grabbed 41 rebounds, including 12 offensive and 29 defensive, while the Fever managed only 26 total rebounds. This control of the boards allowed the Sun to create multiple second-chance opportunities and limit those for the Fever. Turnovers were another decisive factor. The Fever committed 11 turnovers, which resulted in 18 points for the Sun. In contrast, the Sun only committed 10 turnovers, which was less detrimental to their overall performance. These turnovers led to several fast break opportunities for the Sun, who capitalized on these moments to further increase their lead. The Sun also dominated points in the paint and second chance points, highlighting their offensive efficiency and the Fever's defensive weaknesses. Even though the Fever managed more second chance points, it wasn't enough to make up for the disadvantage in points in the paint and the overall efficiency of the Sun's offense. This detailed analysis shows how the Connecticut Sun used their offensive efficiency, rebounding dominance, and ability to capitalize on turnovers to control the game from start to finish. The statistical superiority in almost every key area explains why the Sun was able to defeat the Fever by such a wide margin. The collective performance of the Sun, combined with their effective strategy of exploiting the opponent's weaknesses, highlights why they are considered one of the strongest teams in the WNBA this season. This loss for the Indiana Fever wasn't just an ordinary defeat. It brought to light several important issues for both Caitlin Clark and the WNBA as a whole. Clark remains a central figure in the WNBA, attracting enormous attention and expectations. However, the hostility she faces, exemplified by Carrington's provocation, highlights the additional pressure that comes with fame. Despite the challenges she faced against the Sun, Clark showed resilience and professionalism. It's clear that to maximize her impact, Clark will need more support from her team and a game strategy that better protects her from intense defensive pressures. The Indiana Fever, with a 3-10 record, is having a tough season. The team urgently needs to find ways to improve their cohesion and execution to compete more effectively against the league's top teams. Players like Nalissa Smith and Christy Wallace need to step up their game to complement the talents of Clark and Boston. Additionally, Coach Chrissy Sides must adjust her strategies to better utilize the individual and collective strengths of the team. The team needs to work on communication and coordination on the court to reduce turnovers and increase shooting efficiency. Clark needs more offensive and defensive support from her teammates to relieve some of the pressure on her and allow her to play her best basketball. This game also highlighted broader issues within the WNBA, such as the need to balance the promotion of new stars with the recognition of veterans. The league is at a critical point where the rise of new stars like Caitlin Clark should be used to attract more attention and fans, while maintaining fairness and respect among all players. The WNBA needs to ensure that all players, whether veterans or rookies, receive the proper attention and recognition for their contributions. The league must continue to focus on player safety, especially regarding hard fouls and unsportsmanlike behavior. This game was a microcosm of the tensions and challenges that currently exist in the WNBA. And you, what do you think about this situation? Do you think Caitlin Clark is being unfairly targeted? We want to know your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to receive all updates about the WNBA. See you next time.